Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 209, NASDAQ down 43, S&P's flat. Gold contract down $23 at $19.29. You get silver off 64 cents, $26.79 an ounce. Light sweet crude off 37 cents, $43.03 a barrel. Notes and bonds. 10-year down 5 ticks, 139.05. 30-year off a full point at 177.06. And King Dollar's up at 209 ticks, 93.215. The euro is at 117. The yen is at 106.36, and the British pound's at 131 to 1 U.S. dollar. And Tom O'Brien, you talk about volatility. You talk about the market doesn't know what it wants to do right now. It's pretty wild, man.
It's a slow day of news on a Thursday, man. That's what we got going on.
I'll tell you, you get Powell speak. Gold, folks, was all the way up to 1980. It's at 1927 right now. Bottom line, dollar was down 300 ticks. You're up 200 ticks. NQs were up. We're down 65, man.
And you get the Dow positive for 2020, man. Pop those bottles. Why not?
Pop them. Let's go. Let's pop them.
Let's go.
Let's get over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade. Think of swim as we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And, folks, if you want to understand and learn how to trade great option strategies, whether you're a bull, you're the bear, futures, every trading day right here, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. You can follow Kevin and his team. If you haven't test-driven yet the Thinkorswim platform, very easy to do. You're sitting on our site right now. Hit the banner. Bring it up. They'll allow you to trade with paper money. You can follow Kevin and his team every trading day. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. You know, this market, I'm sure you guys were watching it pre-Jerome Powell's speech.
Oh, yeah.
It was very hesitant and unwilling to really go anywhere. Even when the jobless claims number came out, moved a little, drifted right back. They were waiting for Jerome Powell to give his look on what his new, make this announcement on what his new outlook on inflation is.
Yes.
And guys, here's the thing, that was only part of it. Don't discount the fact that this Abbott Labs news, there's news on Abbott Labs that they may have like a 5 to 10 minute test where you get your results.
At $5 too, I think, right?
Size, and that may have triggered like a reopening trade. Because look at the banks, the airlines, everything that was holding back is now kind of surging forward here as we look. Uber is up. I mean, we've got just, a pretty big rally across the board here on all the, reopening trade, guys.
Well,
Disney's up almost 3% to add to it totally, Kevin. I was watching it, yeah.
What's up 3%, Tom?
Disney as well. Everything reopening this. Yeah.
Well, hey, listen, man. There's no doubt if you get a $5 test, number one, and it's 15 minutes. Tommy, you have 2 tests already. You know that's unheard of right now. Do you know what I mean? So that's a great scene, man.
It is a great scene, and that'll allow to prevent that community spread, man. That's the deal.
15 minutes, and it costs $5 per sample. Now you're talking game changer in terms of testing for the coronavirus.
Yeah, you are, and there's no doubt. There's no doubt. It brings the safety level up pretty dramatically, man. Pretty dramatically.
Right, and it shows you guys how still tethered to the coronavirus this overall market is and the overall recovery.
Oh, yeah. And, it's going to be interesting here, Kevin, that, that aspect of the catch-up, what Powell was saying, of the 2%.
Sure.
Because the reality is that I think market participants were looking for inflation in 2007, 2008 because of the amount of money that went into the marketplace. I would argue now, not then, that market, it went into the banks, not the general populace. Do you know what I'm saying? And
right.
The differential now is that when he came out and says, hey, listen, we're going to make up for that, So I suspect, I'm looking at this market and I'm saying to myself, okay, so has the market already sniffed out that inflation is going to run a little bit hotter at certain times. And if it is, well, guess what? You're going to have to pay up for anything. And, you know, it's funny, over the course of time, 2% is a lot of money, actually, if it's steady. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And absolutely. And this is just, I mean, think about this, guys. When Jerome Powell became head of the Fed, right?
Yes.
His mandate or his thought process then was raising rates, getting rates back up to a normal level. He just basically told you rates aren't going anywhere.
I know.
The inflation can show up in small levels up to, let's say, 2.4, right? If we've been running at 1.617, he's probably aiming for 2.3, 2.4 before he would do anything. So it's going to be able to run up there, and he's not going to touch the Fed funds rate as that happens. That doesn't mean interest rates won't go up, but there's going to be no pressure upward on rates from the Fed. It's going to be pretty interesting. And how do you know? Remember, they were very frustrated about the level of inflation, even when the economy was strong and recovering and doing very well. So how do you know how fast this car can go unless you let it?
I know. And I guess the real question there is, when you let it, do you flood it with even more cash, right?
Yeah. And here's the question, Tom, and you were mentioning it at the top of the show when you came on. Money's coming out of bonds right now. Money's coming out of gold right now. Where is it going?
Right.
Right?
Right.
That may be the rotation that we've been expecting out of the NASDAQ and into other sectors, but it may be not out of the NASDAQ. It may be out of gold and bonds and into other sectors. That may be the mother of all rotations that we've been waiting for.
You know, I heard an analysis this morning, which I just blew my mind, actually. And what it was about, it was an institutional guy, a buy-side guy, and he was explaining that the bottom line is that Apple is underweighted in large funds. And it was like, you got to be kidding me, man.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I mean, that was something else.
Yeah.
It really was.
There's just still a lot of, there's a lot of justification. Think about this, guys. The NASDAQ is what it is. But there's a big airlines, hotels, cruise lines, Uber and Lyft, casinos, Wynn, all these names, all retailers, all apparel, all these names that have been beaten down, that if this is good news, that's where maybe the big rotation could be coming up. So it's going to be fascinating to watch. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
The NASDAQ's down and the Dow is up.
Exactly. And, what you just brought up, Kevin, I think is really applicable because, when you had Urban Outfitters, Dick's, Henry Finch, they made it, man. Well, Dick's wasn't in trouble, but the other two were in trouble, and they made it, and they're going to go higher, man. Do you know what I mean?
And I'll tell you, for those people that live out there and have a Dick's near their house, they all probably know this already. But what Dick's did, they basically got a huge circus tent outside their store and put the goods in there so people could come there.
It's pretty cool, man. Yeah.
Gotta love it. Listen, folks, 45 minutes from now, Kevin, you have a great one, safe, and have a great weekend, and we look forward to the show 45 minutes from now.
Great being on with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay right there,
Kevin.
folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 167. NASDAQ is down 17. S&Ps are up 1. And quite a market, man. This gold, let's go take a look at gold, Tom. All right?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I thought, oh, man, that's going to be remarkable if this is the start of the huge run in terms of, Powell saying, listen, inflation's coming. We're going to let it run. I said, yeah, of course gold's going to run. And then gold just died. This market, man, it's amazing.
It really is amazing. And you're talking about an aspect that you talk about a spread out here. This is I
think we may need your chart as well if you get a chance.
Okay, we'll do that. Let me get this up here. What just happened here, man? Oh, my God.
Yeah, gremlins in the computer, man. This market's moving too quick.
I know. Okay, sorry, man. Okay. And simultaneously, okay, where are we? My God, sorry about this, folks. There's 1. There's 2. Okay, we got it. Here we go.
Another way of pulling it up is, there we go. It was just, the fundamental deal. So, of course, gold's going to begin the run, man. You have the chairman of the Fed talking about that they have a completely new strategy to allow a higher inflation for a longer period of time than we've had in a very, very long time. And since I had that thought, gold's down $60.
Exactly. Now this is the cool thing. Technically, okay, what has happened here is that we're actually higher. We got higher, and you got monster volume. So I always like to see that. We just took over. You get 308,000 contracts. And folks, we went from 1987 to 1914. Okay, so watch how this works, folks. This is what's the gold equities. Okay, I've traded gold futures, not a lot, enough. Okay, gold equities I trade a huge amount of times. You cannot trade gold futures right now. There's no possible way. Okay, I mean unless you're just a pure gambler, because I don't care whether you're a bull or a bear here, right? The bottom line is that if you did buy it earlier and you sell it quick, do you know what I mean? You're in good shape. But you can see this type of volatility. Traders like volatility. I love volatility. But that type of volatility, my take is that you just can't make money on it.
You almost have to redefine the definition of the word quick if you're going to get out in this market.
You do. I like the idea. Let's say that if you pull back into a breakout area, and it's a big pullback and it's on light volume, yeah, you can set it up in a big way.
Sure.
What happens in the gold market, though, folks, is that some of these all these gold stocks can go up so dramatically that it's just as good as futures. That's the reality. Do you know what I'm saying? So, with less risk, a lot less risk, because they just move differently. Do you know what I'm saying? They really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Pretty wild, man. And then. So let's go inside the NDX 100 and take a look at the strength versus the weakness. You got Marriott. Look at this. Up 4.5%. Microsoft up 3%. Oh my God. So
Microsoft might have to do with TikTok. I saw some news out there that TikTok might be announcing a deal in the next couple days. So that might be the extra charge higher on Microsoft. I'm not sure, but it would seem to make sense as that's kind of crushing it right now.
Unreal. Yeah. There's no doubt. You got. Tesla's up by 2.3%, 51 bucks. Expedia's up 2%. Taken away from it,
we talked. Yep.
Yeah, taken away from it, we get Dollar Tree down 6%. Moderna's off 4%. You got Adobe down 3%. You got AMAT off 3%. Yeah.
Did you see the headline staying on kind of the TikTok theme of the CEO, Kevin Mayer, I think his name is, the guy they brought in from Disney? He said, you know what? This isn't what I signed up for. I'm stepping down from this company.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was out there this morning on the front page of CNN. CNBC. I think I might even have it up. Yeah, the TikTok CEO to leave the company.
He just got there, man.
But when he got there, man, he was ready to run a social media network within the country he resides in, United States of America. And he did not sign on to run a company that was not going to have operations in the U.S., Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, probably.
Oh, man.
With the politics involved and all that goes into that, that's the quality of life's an important deal, man. I'm sure the guy's got plenty of money from his time at Disney.
Right.
That's not how he wants to spend his life, running a company that's basically the ire of the president, and for good reason on many occasions, man. You're working for a Chinese company that's accused of...
Well, did you see? This is a great article, folks. You got to Google this. Google Facebook, TikTok, Zuckerberg. There's an article yesterday. I'll send it to you,
yes.
Tom. And this is what it's about, folks. Zuckerberg was, when he was in D.C. in the spring, he was getting everyone's ears, including the president, that TikTok is a national security concern. It's
there's one thing that, I never question about Zuckerberg, and he's a bright guy, man.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt. So and he's an animal.
And he is out there. And you know what, though, on this one, I really think you might be right, man. And I don't have a lot of fundamentals to go off on that, man. But when you got the whole privacy deal. There was another article I found interesting out here talking about that Apple with their iOS 14. I'm not sure
I was listening to this morning. This is pretty cool.
Facebook said yesterday that it's really going to deplete their ability to track users' devices and the way that they target them for advertising. So if any person in this world is aware of data and privacy and targeting, it's probably Zuckerberg.
Yes.
It could be dual-edged in terms of self-serving in a huge way. Facebook getting rid of TikTok.
Right.
One of their biggest they're by far their biggest competitor, man. The fastest rising social network.
And it's going to be if Microsoft gets it, Zuckerberg is going to go out of his mind.
Yeah, I imagine he didn't think when he was doing that Microsoft would be the one that took over that company and became his competitor. Careful what you ask for sometimes.
No, totally. Say, right? Yeah, we're going to go look at Oracle too, because Oracle, it's in the buzz out there that Oracle is in the game also. Yeah. And the Oracle deal, Larry Ellison, he's great buddies with Trump, that says quite a bit. It says that, what's going to be the penalty or what's going to be the fee, right?
Yeah.
This Oracle's not moving much. That's for sure. What's interesting about Oracle too is that the Salesforce basically started off of Oracle. Not started off of Oracle, but they were Oracle guys that...
Yeah, their CEO worked there, right? Mark Benoit or Ben...
And the one before that. I mean, the bottom line is that it was one of those deals that Ellison didn't basically get them... They weren't in line enough that, Ellison was never going to leave.
Sure,
but
he still hasn't, yeah.
Yeah, no, and he's not going to either. I mean,
right.
When you actually look at this, I think he's like only one of the big dogs left. Let me look at this, that actually own, last time I looked, he owned 60% of Oracle. I mean, it's like an outrageous number. No, he's at 37% now.
Still staggering, man. He has 1.1 billion shares of the company, and it trades at $56. If it traded at $1, he'd be a billionaire. So there you go.
Amazing. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials up 230, NASDAQ is up 5, S&P's up 8.5. We'll come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now up 244, Nasdaq's up 20, S&Ps are up 10, and it's going to get interesting here with the gold, silver, and the dollar, because they're not done yet, man. If we go over to gold first and we take a look at it, what you're going to see out here, when you get a flush that is this dramatic, it's like anyone that is actually trading in it, you know, more than likely, you know, the bottom line is that you get the stops hit, right? And if you see any bounce off of it, it's like, okay, man, you know, you're going higher. And gold didn't even hit the low of yesterday, which is so weird, man. I mean,
sure. It's almost $20 off the low. I was just going to say it already made this morning. So yeah,
which is just, man, crazy.
Yeah. It's a nice little base that it's got there, maybe just above 1900, somewhere in that range.
It's really strong, man. In fact, let's go look at the bonds, because it was surprising yesterday is that the bonds, folks, okay, they basically held price and didn't get into their, see, this is the same thing, man. This is going to be interesting. You know, the bonds yesterday, they had every right to blow away that swing point. And guess what? You know, let's see. Tuesday, we did 3 million contracts, which is monster in the 10-year. Yesterday, we did 2.9, monster. And yet, it couldn't. Yesterday, well, let's see. The low is 139. The day before is like 139. Well, the swing point is 138.29. So there's 32 ticks in a point, folks. So it couldn't get 3 more points. It's like, are you kidding me, man? So
yeah,
you know, it's impressive, man. It's impressive. It's You know, the Fed has told us flat out, the bottom line is that they're going to let inflation go. They're still going to, I mean, in their toolbox, folks, they own that toolbox in the bond market. You know, especially the short end of the bond. You know, so.
Hey, can we jump over to Netflix for a minute? I hadn't even seen the run Netflix had until last night with all the action going on.
Wasn't that amazing?
Quite a pop, man. Netflix, Facebook was insane as well, but quite the pop from 490 to 550, and we're backing off a bit, but still, talk about some price action, man.
I know, man. Yesterday, you know, was one of these days that, you know, whatever funds are in there buying, man, they were buying the FANGs in an incredible way, man. I mean, they just ran it up. Now, what was so intriguing, too, is that if you take a look at it, the FANG stocks, you know, Facebook, Netflix, monster volume, man, in all of them. But yet the indices and the ETF structures still didn't get volume. So that's how narrow this market's getting, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
You know, it's been narrow, but it's like, okay, man. I looked at the volume in these things. I'm saying to myself, you know, look at Google, man. You know, they all exploded with volume. Yeah.
And, you know, I was catching up some of the articles. It might have to do with maybe some Roku news that was on the good side. Roku traded dramatically higher yesterday. I was reading some articles, and it was interesting that in 2011, Netflix introduced DVD-only plans and separated the combined streaming and DVD plans.
Yes.
Just remarkable, because I remember that. Remember the market kind of flipped out at the time. Not the market, but subscribers kind of flipped out and said, hey, man, what's with that? And that's 9 years ago, man, and probably one of the best decisions they ever made, realizing, listen, you know, it might be some short-term pain, but nobody's going to need DVDs. There's no reason why we're including DVDs in all our plans anymore. I mean, and talk about, you know, obvious at this point. But
what is a DVD?
Exactly, man. You know, computers don't have DVD players anymore. You know, laptops don't, and people really don't. You know, we all know they're a non-existent platform in 2020 at this point.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Let's go inside that Dow. So the Dow is no doubt getting some juice in here, and the winners that are putting juice into it, you got Microsoft 55 points, Boeing 38, Travelers 34, Goldman at 25. You only have one stock actually has taken anything out of it, minus 14 points. That's Home Depot. Apple's 3 points, 4 points. Big deal, right? Wow. Yeah. Pretty amazing.
Seriously. Hey, how about natural gas? Can we jump over? I think we might have gotten some inventory numbers.
Oh, cool. NG.
At 10:30. Let's check it out.
Okay, so there it is. Stockpiles rose 45 BCF.
All right, and it looks like they were looking for 44. That number pretty close to in line. And you got natural gas. I'm pulling it up. It's up today. Let's see if it's off of that news. Yeah, a little bit of a pop. Well, really, not really. It just kind of climbed higher at 10 o'clock from 264 to 271, and we're back at about 268. So pretty muted action. And
then that big hurricane, right?
Oh.
I mean, Laura came in. I guess so far, right? I mean, I guess Louisiana was lucky because, I mean, Louisiana, remember, I mean, when we were getting out of there, Tom, there's huge amounts of swamps in Louisiana. And
yes,
I think what you had is that it kind of hit in the middle there, right? I mean, there's still some big communities, but big communities like 60,000 spread out over a long period.
Yeah, I mean, some of what they were talking about yesterday, they were using the words "quote unquote" unsurvivable.
Yeah.
And I don't blame some politicians for overestimating things to make sure people listen, because unfortunately in these storms, a lot of times people don't listen, right? And then first responders have to put their own lives at risk to save people that don't leave.
Yeah, right.
And they were talking about that, and it probably has to go to what you're saying in terms of flat lands. That you could have flooding 30 to 60 miles, some people were saying, inland.
Right.
And that probably has to do with when you get a 12 to 15-foot storm surge and you have no elevation whatsoever, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's you know.
Scary stuff when you start thinking.
Do you remember when we were going along them? You just look out. You can look out as far as you can see. You can see those oil, refineries up. And
very,
it's just
very
all
flat lands.
grass-like,
I pulled it up early this morning. I was just catching some, visuals of some reporters out there in some of the hardest hit areas where they had 130, 140 mile an hour winds. But yeah, it seems like it could have been worse from what the reports are. Seems to be okay. There's a lot of lives that are pretty messed up this morning, I imagine, but all things considered, not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Let's keep them all out to sea, man. I mean, this is.
Oh, I know. We got a month left to go, man. Basically,
even or not, the beginning of October too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. We looked up those Gulf waters, man. 87 degrees in the Gulf, man.
That was crazy when you brought that up yesterday.
It is, and we know it. By the time it gets to the end of August down here in Florida, folks, it is so hot. The water is barely refreshing, right? It's 98 degrees outside,
right?
And the water is 88 degrees.
I know, man.
It's like, man, oh man. Let alone it's that's in the middle of the Gulf. I wonder what it is when you walk in on 2 feet on the shore, right?
Exactly.
That water is probably pushing 90. Easy.
And for some reason, the sun, I guess it has to do with probably the water is so hot. The sun feels hotter. I don't know if it is hotter, if it's closer, but the sun actually feels hotter down here also in September. So it's.
Oh, totally. That sun is intense, man. Yeah. Intense.
Dow's up at 261. You get the Nasdaq up 33. S&P's up 14. Gold up 19. Let's take a look at silver for a second. Down 19, rather. We take a look at silver. Silver went from a price point of 28.03 to 26.56, down $1.50. Did the same thing, though. See, this is cool, man. You get a higher high, and you didn't break out the low, man. That bottom line is that, if we were basically, not looking at the market, you'd look at this market and say, oh, okay, we got a higher high, and you get some volume behind the move, man.
Sure.
Now, if you're in front of your screen, folks, watching gold, silver, and the dollar go bananas, it's a whole other ball game. Dow right now is up at 262, Nasdaq's up 33, S&P's up 13. Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Folks, Dow's up 247, Nasdaq's up 23, S&Ps are up 11. So, Tom, jobless claims, right? We get those claims in.
We sure do.
You know, bottom line is that you still get some big numbers in here, man.
Yeah. I mean, they put it, I'm just pulling it up. So it's 1 million right on the dot, basically. The market was looking for about 1.1 million. When you put it on the chart, man, I got it up here. I mean, we're just stagnating right at around this million mark. Not what you want to see. And then the continuing claims is the number I actually even am more interested in usually.
Yes.
And you're sitting at 14.5 million almost, 14.535 to be exact.
Right.
And that's only fallen by about 220,000 last week, man. You're not going to see a dramatic decrease in that number, it seems, until we get a dramatic decrease in the pandemic. That's how it seems to be.
Well, I'm sure that, you know, the data folks, and this is pretty easy, it wouldn't have to be a data folks to do it. If you just actually pull up the aspect of how many pilots and people, United, Delta, and American are laying off that already gave notices, that's probably going to add up to 700,000 at the end of September. American alone is 199,000 or something, right? It's like an outrageous number, man. I mean,
I'm not sure. I saw something about 20,000 earlier this week.
Oh, maybe it's only 100,000 then. Oh yeah, it's 19,000 for Americans. Yeah. So it's, you know.
But you're right. I mean, it's across the board, man. You know, as we see it,
big
it's
paying jobs too.
Yes, and that's the first opportunity they have to make those layoffs because of the money they got from the CARES Act. So that might not be the end of it. Right. No. Yeah.
There's no doubt, man. And the test, Abbott. You know, let's take a look at this. I mean, because that is pretty impressive, man. You know.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what's going on right now with most. You know, they have the rapid test, but the problem is finding access to it, ease of access to it.
Okay.
I told my story. You know, I was able to get one quickly by going to the ER because I was very sick. I have family around me that could be high risk. And so, you know, I went to the ER, make sure I was taken care of, etc. And it was quick. Now, the first thing that I wanted to understand is that what's the false negative of that? Because what I quickly found out about with the test I had taken is that the false negatives on the rapid test currently are somewhere in the neighborhood of almost 15 to 20%. Yeah, because the rapid test isn't as good as what is the PCR test, which the PCR test, I forget what it stands for, but that's the test everyone talks about. They send it off to the lab. Might take a couple days. Pretty accurate, all things considered. The rapid test, though, you might not have enough of what they're looking for, or you might just be too early on in the symptoms. But nonetheless, what they also say in there, right, just giving it all, is that if you don't test positive, you actually might not be spreading it yet. So that's, you know what I mean? So that's the important part. But
and
yeah,
so,
if you start...
and this test doesn't go, so the way this works is it's a nasal swab that then goes on a card, and, you know, it's saying here, I mean, it looks like it would be every Walgreens and CVS that a pharmacist can actually do it, you know?
Yes.
But it does not go to a lab. That's
right.
Your point, and that's the point here,
like self-contained, as in you do the swab, you put it in the little card that basically analyzes it, and there's your results, as opposed to needing the hardcore machinery that runs the test. I don't know the exact process. But yeah.
You know what's going to happen, man? What's going to happen is that if you're having a party, you're going to want, like, 50 of these. Swab everyone on the way in, right? And say, hey, we're having a party, man.
Here's what's already happening, man. If you're a rich person in the Hamptons, it's already happening, man.
It's already.
That's the most struggling thing. They have all these doctors on call, and they have all the access they want to rapid tests, and they're throwing big parties in the Hamptons. Everybody's getting tested. They're getting told to go sit back in their car for 15 to 20 minutes. They'll get a text at the time of the test.
Wow.
And that's actually a tragedy, man, at a time that
No,
testing is such a bummer that the elitists have special access to these tests only because they have special access to money, which is why we need some federal guidance on that deal, man, because when I went to the ER, they were very stingy with the rapid test because...
Yeah, you got to talk them into it, right?
Yeah, because everything is hard to come by right now, and they're very worried about running out of them when they need them. You know, if they have somebody that comes in and they have to treat that person for a day or two, they have to bring them up into the room, they have to have their nurses in there, they have to have doctors in there. They want to find out ASAP if that person has COVID with a rapid test so that they can protect themselves. So they really want to make sure that they always have them available. And with the availability of them, it's not always there. So you're facing this dilemma of, do we give them a rapid test and risk giving too many out where we might run out of them?
Yep.
And then through all my research, it was an article about 2 weeks ago in the Times. I'm sure people can find it out there, talking about, and it has to do with having the doctor literally on call. It's one of those, I forget the word, where they use them. You pay a retainer, right? You're paying the retainer for the doctor. You're paying thousands of dollars. The doctor's on retainer, and you call them up whenever they want. They show up to the party. They test everybody before they get in, man, and you slip them a 5-figure check, and there you go.
Off to the races. Let's take a look at Barrick Gold from one of the Tigers out here. So, Barrick...
Concierge. Thank you, Duffy. That's the concierge. You know that new model of concierge doctors? There you go. That's the deal. Go ahead.
I see. Concierge, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
So, Barrick right now is trading down 98. The question is okay, where's the buy? Let's see. 27.57. We hit 28.33. I mean... The buy is anywhere in here, and I wouldn't give it much room to breathe. I'd give it the other side of, you get, so we gapped down, then we gapped up on Barrick. Somewhere underneath $27. Barrick, I believe this is an ABC up. 1 second, let's take a look. Well, might have. Oh yeah, blasted this whole thing with. It's not an ABC up, but Barrick looks to me like it does want to go to like 32. Your next swing point up there is actually 43. So, you want to pick your spots. That whole market right now. Okay, what is happening is that it's pulling back, and it is pulling back into a breakout area. So that's always cool in itself because you can just put the stops on the other side of that breakout area. It doesn't mean they're not going to blow them away, but the way that I can tell you today, like the way that gold is trading versus the way the equities are trading. The equities are really trading well for gold actually being down $29. If we go to Newmont, we take a look at Newmont, what you're going to see kind of the same setup as Barrick. Down $1.84, but guess what? You haven't taken out the lows of even Tuesday. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, what are you going to do for me now? Well, when you don't take out the lows and, gold has not gone exponential this week. In fact, it's been down this week. And you had it up dramatically and gave it up in spades, that's a bullish occurrence, folks, okay? Dow right now up 236, Nasdaq's up 3, S&P's up 7.5. Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Bam!
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks and commodities, along with specific recommendations including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 284, Nasdaq's up 19, S&Ps are up 12. Tom, I'm surprised that this market just didn't go to the moon because Mark Meadows just came out and said that he's going to talk with Pelosi at 2:30 this afternoon after saying yesterday he doesn't see anything to the end of December. So
I was waiting for it, man. Tonight, the final night of the RNC. I'm sure Donald Trump wants to come out there and say he's going to save the economy yet again. So you got that looming over it in terms of creating, that headline of some type of a deal that he can possibly announce in his speech tonight. So I imagine that's what's at stake as well. We'll see what Mr. Meadows and Mrs. Pelosi can talk about, and if they can find anything in agreement, though, we'll see about that. But yeah,
well, what's so intriguing is that it seems to me like when they push it off that long, the end of September. I mean, I know there's so many people that are unemployed. You look at the stock market; it's up. It's like I can't wait to hear what their analysis is of the aspect of your market's at all-time highs, but we still need $2 trillion more.
Well, the market doesn't equal jobs.
Yeah,
so there it is.
I get that.
That's it.
I guess the question is going to be then, is there going to be a couple more of them? Well, and more than likely there's going to be. I mean, Mark Zandi and S&Ps, he's convinced that, there's going to be 2 more of them coming in.
Stimulus plans?
Yeah.
Okay.
One, by the end of September, and then even a bigger one, no matter who wins after.
The day before the election? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, no matter who wins after that.
Kidding.
But I find that hard to comprehend. I really do. I don't find the next one hard to comprehend.
I think it's a little highly optimistic when we're having so much trouble with this one, right? To say we got a couple coming down the pipeline. I agree.
Exactly. Stay right there, folks. Think of Swim coming up next, and I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, go get him, folks.